today. Today is the last day in the 10th week of 2023. So therefore, according to our step into the day, should be a day of sports, where there are various issues in sport activities, and we take this moment since the beginning of the 10th week to actually begin from the presence of the Lord, and that's one which had to teach us various things here in Miami, Florida, the process of establishments, which actually were all within the month of March 7th, actually from March 5 down to 6 and 7. Senates, executives, from the seat of highest understanding, let us quickly listen to a 1 minute 47 seconds of von der Leyen here in Washington, trying to look for those things that will matter most if we need to touch ground to strategic areas on planets, and what are the demands and what we can attain.
I'm just coming from a bilateral meeting with President Biden. It was a very good meeting, very constructive. We discussed a lot of topics. I want to emphasize 4 different topics here. The first topic we discussed is the Inflation Reduction Act. And indeed, we welcome the Inflation Reduction Act because it is a massive investment in the green transition, moving towards a net zero economy. It is mirrored by the Green Deal industrial plan in the European Union. A few weeks ago, we had already an agreement concerning electric vehicles accessing the American market. Today, we agreed that we will work on critical raw materials.
Okay, let me take it off from there so I can save time. Critical raw materials, I have all those things you went there right here. Critical raw materials, Inflation Reduction Act, Global Grade Field, raw materials, various primary ideas and clean tech industries, net zero economy, financial budgeting, and then we have a clear goal to listen in this 10th week, the voice of the gates, and on electrifying issues, electricity through the response to sub-zero and global funding. All of these are already on plan, but there will be just one reason why we could not move ahead, and that will be we did not listen carefully to 1 or 2 ideas in those minutes.
Melinda and I do an annual letter for the foundation, and this year we took a question that Warren asked us about the progress in the 10 years since he made his amazing gift.
Those are one of his prophetic visions after he and Melinda came together under my directory, which he hoped is going to happen, but he is targeting the same 10th week, and this is the last day. What do you suggest were actually within his mind, if not according to the purpose of God? The answer here are as of a little illumination, and then how can that sustain the whole world when all the staff of electricity are already resigned to pension, while new ones are brought in through sub-zero at a very tiny end?
A clean energy future is within reach. We can have a world powered by cheap, reliable, and abundant clean energy. But to unlock that future, we need to build far more high-voltage transmission lines and update the entire energy grid. Now, most electricity doesn't travel very far because it used to be that power plants were always placed close to where the demand for electricity was. You could put a coal plant or a natural gas plant near to the big cities. But clean energy now is going to be much further away. It'll be where there's deserts with the sun, where there's wind corridors, and that means that distances will get far, far greater. And so to ensure that every household has this clean, reliable power, we need transmission and a lot of transmission. By the 2030s, we need to build so many new lines that they would reach to the moon if they were strung together. And by 2050, we'll need to more than double the size of the grid while replacing most of the existing wires. Building this new transmission is not going to be easy. We have to solve the regulatory challenges. We have to do a big systems design. But the benefits are huge. Reliability, lower cost, and getting rid of both global and local pollution. It will create a lot of jobs building this transmission. It's key to our economic and energy security. The sooner we get started, the better.
Let's say we are starting now, and then we're looking at the insensitive aspect of that, which we can find right here in Jeremiah 10. It said, "Hear ye the word which the Lord spake or had spoken unto you, O house of Israel." So there is nothing we can do in the 10th week than to suggest an electric vehicle, than to suggest to look at our electric system that we use in powering all the houses of God, mosques, and all such areas of housing, digital transitions, and all sorts of gadgets and phones and all things that actually brought us to a one world. And in that you will find an order, and that order is, O house of Israel, that they should, in a word that is spoken unto it, to hear. To hear there will be not to break the bond, that very firmware, that thing connection, that very connection, that thing connection, which is not going to be within you, but is going to be outside of you in reality form. It's not going to be much in education. It's going to be that very minute hand, which he translated there. He called it such kind of that connection is found in electric. To keep that tiny electric field, to keep it warm and safe, and to grow it. There you will find the purpose of God in that. And from that angle, what can we accept? That there will be many plans in a person's heart to suggest this, to suggest that, but I had put Abuja aside. I had been into Kogi East and Kogi West, and whatever I would then bring Abuja home is to immediately begin to evacuate all the staffs in it, and that we as God called a people, which you can say Israel has translated to a global citizens. Even when we have to create a pilgrimage area in Jordan, at San Francisco, an occupation police at a certain place where it's just like an area command, and the ICC or the CID, the criminal court area, the CID area is standing between here and there, the ICC. Then definitely we are having it that, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail. That anything should prevail this 10th week, as we all had planned. You cannot ignore specific electric field discharge between this area command and the area command in Jordan. Before I let you go, I would like to take much of your time. Be on your guard, stand firm in the field, be courageous, be strong. We must empty the electric system, then we roll all of them worldwide there at Surrey. It's very slim, but you must go ahead to fulfill the purpose of God.